This episode was helped brought to you by our newest sponsor, Kalona Brewing Company. They're a brewery out there in eastern Iowa. So if you're in the area, make sure to stop by Kalona and check out their brewery. Great food at the restaurant there, great beer, obviously. If you're in the Midwest, check out any Hy-Vees. I believe they carry the 6-packs, and they have different types of flavors. So you guys are going to want to, definitely try that out. And I think throughout this whole process, Fishing Kid and myself for Beerfish Fanatics, we're going to be doing some giveaways here and there. If you guys can go ahead and tag us here and there with your Kalona beer. So other than that, enjoy the episode, guys. Welcome to another episode of Beerfish Fanatics. This is Granny with Mop Pot Fishing. We have
Kit with the Fishing Kit YouTube channel.
And today I am drinking this one. It's the Iowa Brewers Guild Unify Hazy IPA. So they're a group, and this one is 6.5% alcohol content, but I guess this is a collaborative brewing project that the Iowa brewing industry a bunch of brewers got together and they designed this, I believe. So I want to try this out. I know our sponsor, Kalona Brewing Company, is part of the Iowa Brewers Guild. So I figured I'd support them and try out their hazy IPA. So the Unify one. So what do you got, Kit?
I am doing the Kalona Classic probably for like the third episode in a row. But it's easy drink. I just drank we just hopped on. We're just coming off of a different podcast, but I was drinking this one in the background, the Doppelbock Lager Lubricator, 7.5%. So I'm gonna take it a little easy with the 4.1% beer.
There you go. And yeah, he's right. So our listeners or people who are watching this on YouTube, make sure you guys check out Cast King's podcast. And we were actually asked to be a couple of guests on there. I don't know. We're just two idiots anyways that, talk about fishing, I guess, here and there. But it was really fun. We were on there with Nikki. So make sure, I don't know if they're going to release the episode before this episode or not. But whatever the case may be. Yeah.
If it releases before this, we'll put it up in the corner. I don't know what side I'm gonna be on when the video comes out. I'll just say this side. It's gonna be up there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. No worries. And then just make sure you guys go check us out. You guys want to hear about us a little bit? Us not really asking questions and just kind of answering questions and babbling on. So it was fun actually. We had a lot of fun with Cast King over there on their podcast. So make sure you guys go check that out. All right, cheers, man.
Cheers.
Ooh, all right. This is interesting. So it has a lot of citrusy. It almost has a banana taste to this. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. Let me read it real quick. I don't know. It doesn't say anything, but I have that weird. Oh, I wouldn't say weird, but it has that banana taste. You know what I'm talking about? You ever had those like citrusy?
Banana's not citrusy, but I know what you're talking about.
But it has a combination of the citrusy and the banana taste to it. I don't know. I could be. So this is what's going to happen. That whoever brewed this, they're going to be like, dude, that guy's an idiot. Don't listen to him. There's no banana in it. But I don't know. It just tastes like it. I don't know.
Basically has like a subtle fruity hue to it.
Something like that. Yeah.
Notes, fruity notes. Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking like beer people.
But no, it's actually pretty good. Not too hoppy, so make sure, if you guys get a chance, if you're at Hy-Vee, I got this one at Hy-Vee locally. So it's Iowa Brewers Guild Unified Hazy IPA. Go try it out. Help support. I think I'm assuming that would help support the Iowa Brewers Guild, which supports all the local breweries pretty much in Iowa. So
yeah. Speaking of supporting local, all you Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Lite, whatever light beers, go grab one of these or any light lager from the local breweries. It doesn't have to be Kalona. You just buy a light beer from a local brewery. If all you can drink is light beer, at least that money stays in the community, and it's helping your potential neighbor instead of some corporation 200 miles away.
Yep, that's not even in America, guys. So, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm 100% behind you on that. Tag us, man. Take a picture. I don't care. Any type of local beer, if you guys, whatever you guys want. And a lot of the local beers nowadays, they have light lagers or they have
Oh yeah.
some type of lager that you can drink easily, that it's not too hoppy or it's not too heavy. It's perfect. I'm telling you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah,
Craft
and
beer doesn't mean pops and crazy flavors. It could mean, just your
typical
easy
beer.
drinking light lager, which is what your Bud Lights, Coors Lights, whatever light,
Wait,
blah blah blah.
hey, see right here. Look at my shirt for YouTube. Look local first. So I'm doing the initiative for as a VisiPay. So shout out to VisiPay.
Oh,
Those people out there, definitely support local. Huge shout out to Austin. He was on my other podcast before, so huge shout out to Austin. He's the CEO over there for VisiPay. So but yeah, look local first, definitely cool. We haven't been on since, I think, or we haven't recorded an episode. Oh, actually we did record one, but since Kansas. So I wanted to get Fishing Kid on and talk a little bit, just our recap, how our trip went down in Kansas. We had my brother-in-law on a previous episode that we just released recently. Hopefully you guys get a chance to go check that one out. It was really fun to kind of dive into him. I know at the very beginning we were a little didn't really open up until after a beer or two and a shot. But it was cool, man. I mean, he gave a lot of information, how he grew up fishing and everything, and then he gave some pretty good tips in regards to fishing in Denver, Kansas, Nebraska. But our trip down there, I mean, I guess I can go first. I felt I did okay. Didn't do as well on the white bass as I normally would have. I think I went down there having a high expectation that I was going to catch about 100 white bass,
mm,
and I was going to catch wipers left and right. I thought catfish was going to be on fire, and what I came to find out was I just had to be patient. I still caught fish. I think I learned from my brother-in-law that technique of fishing in the column. That was kind of cool to see that, produce fish. And when I don't know if you listen to the podcast with my brother-in-law and fishing kid myself, but fishing in the column means because I usually fish it off the bottom. And what my brother-in-law John told me was, dude, fish in the column. In other words, let it sink a little bit and then just slowly reel versus bouncing it off the bottom, what I was doing. And it worked. So it was one of those things. So I learned kind of try something new. If one thing isn't working, try something new. It could produce, and it literally produced within the next cast. I think I caught a major amount of drum. I knew that lake had drum. I just didn't know it had that much drum. But like Kit was saying, the drums down there, they fight like no other versus drums in Iowa. Drums in Iowa, they fight for maybe about 2 seconds and then they just kind of spin in circles, it feels like. And then versus the fish down there, every time we caught a drum at that lake we were down south, I kept thinking, man, this is a white bass. It was digging, going left and right. But I didn't catch no catfish. I had I'll let Fishing Kit explain our last day there in regards to catfishing, but I didn't get a chance to catch a catfish. I tried once a little bit at the beginning and then tried the last day, but I had a bite or two, but I wasn't successful on the catfish bite. I had fun. It was a good trip. I just thought we would have caught a lot more, had a lot more action, but I think the wind had a lot to do with it. But I don't know. What do you think, man?
so it was, I think, our roughest trip there since we started going there.
Agreed.
But here's my thoughts. So the spawn. So we were just there, what, end of June?
No, it
Yeah, end
was
of June.
yeah, it was
End of June.
towards the end of June.
Towards the end of June. So here are my thoughts. So the spawn for most of this, target species, it happened, 3, 4 weeks before we got there.
hmm
So my thoughts is that they're past the post spawn bite by the time we got there.
Mm.
So they've already moved off to their like midsummer pattern. So that could be like farther out, in the middle of the lake, in the channels or whatever, away from where we normally fish, which is like from shore. Well, I ain't gonna say the lake, but like the marina, the causeway, the like the high potential areas. And I just feel like we missed we missed the spawn definitely, and I think we missed the post spawn bite, which can be pretty good. But thing was the timing, it was kind of, it wasn't just there for us because like I said, we were past the post spawn bite. The fish already moved into their like midsummer pattern, which is at least that's my theory that they're out in the middle of the lake in the channels. But we're too early for the bait fish when they come to a certain size that they're gathering up near shore. So we were too late as far as a post spawn bite, but we were too early as far as like a hatch, like
Mm,
a shad hatch. I
yep.
mean, as soon as the shad hatch, they're tiny. But let's say in September, they might be like this big, and then and they're up shallow. That makes it easier for us because then that'll draw the predator fish up shallow. So I
Yeah.
think that's what happened. And the one of the reasons why I think we caught so many what's it called?
Drum.
Drum. We were there during the post spawn period. That's why we're catching so many.
Makes sense. Yeah, because I mean, no, my brother-in-law was out there a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and they were
Like two
slaying
weeks
it.
ago. Yeah,
I
they were
think
slaying it.
I think they caught, like you were saying, probably the end part of the post
Yeah,
spawn.
yeah, post spawn for sure.
Yeah, and that's why we were like, that's why I was excited. I was like, I can't wait. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to kill it. Um, and just kind of give everybody a heads up, we had the last day that we stayed there. We didn't put too much emphasis and we didn't think too much about it, but amazing call by my brother-in-law. He said, let's go try this one spot out for possible catfish. And man, go ahead, man. What do you think? I mean, if you guys, I don't know when this one releases or when that video of yours releases, but we did pretty good on the catfish on that last day. I think. I mean, not
Yeah.
me personally, but I think us as a group.
We had a lot of bites. I mean, we didn't execute on all the bites, so we could have
Yeah.
landed more fish, but it was really about like the kids really.
Mm-hmm.
Your nephew Hudson, he really got into catfishing. So, I'd throw my lines out like, hey, if it bites, that's all you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
You get it. You do it. Like if you miss the bite, okay. Then I tell him this is what you need to do. Like, you gotta reel faster or when it first bites, just wait. When he really takes it, then you gotta reel. And let's say he doesn't reel fast enough, tell him like, hey, you didn't reel fast enough. So next time, just when it starts biting like crazy, just reel as fast as you can because you gotta get that hook in the corner of the mouth.
Yeah.
And but he did land a few fish on his own without me coaching at all. So that's awesome. I think the blue cats were on the nest, like they were
Mm,
spawning.
okay.
And during the blue cat spawn, actually, yeah, catfish spawn, they're focused on spawning. And you can always catch fish during the spawn because not every fish spawns at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why we didn't catch any blue cat. But I think the channel cats were already off the spawn, and that's why I feel like we're catching channel cats. And like your brother-in-law Kim, he was asking me, he's like, "Yeah, what do you think about this spot?" I'm like, "Dude, wind's blowing over here. It's a
Mm-hmm.
point, rocky. I think this is good." So we just started casting out lines, and maybe we didn't get bit right away, but once we started getting more lines out there,
Mm-hmm.
started getting bites, and then we'd miss a few bites here and there, but then we started landing fish, and
Yeah.
and we were
I was
catching
catching.
drums,
Yeah. Oh, I
drums.
caught my biggest largemouth. So I caught my PB largemouth right
Yeah,
there. It was well over 5 pounds, but I mean that was my biggest largemouth. You know what I mean? I mean it doesn't get too big in Iowa, anyways. Largemouth, you don't get much bigger than 5 6 pounds. So that to catch one probably around that, I was excited. I caught that largemouth and the drums. Yeah, we were just catching more and more drums, but and I think like you were saying that was a perfect spot to end our trip because the kids were able we just barbecue, we grilled right there. I
yeah.
think
Just drove up, parked,
yeah,
and we didn't have to walk anywhere.
no, I think we might have to camp there in September. I think we might have to at least go a day or two extra before our cabin trip to this lake because that spot is so cool. We can just camp right there because I mean we're gonna be catfishing 24/7 then
Oh,
technically if you
dude, right there.
yeah, we can camp right there. So, yeah, this is the campers out there and the fishermen campers. I mean, if you guys can find a spot where you can camp and fish at the same time, do that. It's kind of cool. I can't wait till we get a chance to do that there.
Yeah. So if you're coming from my fishing videos, I don't even say the state that I'm at. So you're getting a little tidbit, a little
Yeah.
tidbit. I'm not gonna give away the lake, but
Yeah.
yeah, that spot, depending, like I haven't looked at any maps or anything, depending on how deep of water is next to it, which I would imagine is pretty deep because it's right off the main lake.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, those rocks, I bet bait fish are gonna push up there,
Mm,
dude. I bet next time if we go back there in like September,
okay.
I bet it's gonna be freaking killer. Even though
Uh,
it's a high traffic area,
yeah.
it's gonna have some pressure. But if we go there while the bait fish is there, dude,
It does. It
I think
won't.
we're gonna kill it.
Okay. Well, I might go when I'll let you know. I'll double check on the dates, but we might go like a day or two early so we can go,
Yeah.
go on like a Wednesday, Thursday, whatever before too much campers show up and we can go
Oh
there.
yeah, if we go during the week, oh
That's what I'm saying. Well, we'll check it out though. We'll let you guys know on that. But yeah, we definitely plan going back out there. But yeah, it was a great trip. I really enjoyed it. Got to see hang out with family. Got to catch fish. It wasn't like we got skunked or anything. It's just it was just slower than normal for us, and it's kind of is a learning experience, like you were saying. I think that's the first time we've been out there around late June. So we probably won't go out there again in late June. I think we're
yeah,
just
I
yeah,
don't know if I'd go
yeah.
back in late June.
Yeah, but it's only one way to find out is to go then, and now we know how it is then. So, but I think September will be a better, hopefully, should be a better bite for us and better production in regards to fishing on
Yeah,
that.
but like, but you never know.
But
That's
you
the
never
thing.
know, right?
You
And it all
never
depends on
know.
weather, man. It all depends on weather, and Kit, man. You almost forgot, dude. That last time he caught a flatty, dude. That was awesome. Remember,
Oh,
so I was fishing. I was just kind of jigging it out, catching drums, and then this guy, nobody's fishing no more. Everybody's just kind of chillaxing. We're catfishing, I guess you could say. Kit comes up to me about 5-10 feet to my right, freaking throws a crappie jig, and then freaking hits a freaking flathead, dude. That was pretty nice.
um, I was throwing a swim bait with the crappie jig dropper, and
Ah,
the flathead hit the dropper.
nice,
I mean,
man.
it was like, I don't know, 3, 4 pounds maybe. But
Jeez, that was pretty cool though. And then, how you been fishing here? And I know we've been busy. But I think since we've been back to Iowa, how's fishing been for you?
it was okay like last week, but like these last few trips I've been out, it's been slower and slower, and I think
Mm.
it's because, well, one, I've been going back to the same spot over and over, and then conditions, you
Yeah.
know, well, water conditions have been deteriorating. It's been getting murkier
Mm.
and murkier, but yeah, I was catching white bass up until like a couple weeks ago. I mean, started like a couple weeks ago,
Hmm.
and then it's just been tapering off. But I did catch my personal best flathead
Nice.
while fishing for white bass. It was, I'm gonna put it around 25, 30 pound mark.
Wow.
I will underestimate. I'll say 25. Most
Still.
people out there, they'll they're holding a catfish like this big. Oh, I caught a 10 pounder. Like, I don't know if you can do this to a 10 pound catfish. You're either huge or you're way overestimating that fish.
It's just super long. It better be
Yeah.
as tall as you. But no, I get you. Yeah. I don't know when you're gonna release that video, but you guys gotta see the picture. He showed me the picture. Holy cow! I was like, the hell did you catch that on, man? What'd you use
I
for
don't
that?
I don't want to, blow my load too early. I try to, like, if I take fishing pictures and I'm gonna put a video that
Yeah.
that I've filmed around that same time frame. I don't want to
Yeah.
post that fish now and then a month later I finally release the video. I kind of want to time it where, like, I wouldn't say build up the hype, but
Yeah.
kind of correlates better instead of like, oh,
Dude,
I post.
it was a
Yeah,
beast, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what the heck? I should have went with you, man. Thanks for telling me, guy. But no,
I
that was
caught
a
it.
beast.
Yeah, I caught it on a Castmaster,
Mm.
and yeah, fishing for white bass, and I kind of just changed my cadence because
Hmm.
normally I just throw it out reel, like I always tell you with throwing spoons. Throw it real. That's it. That's all you gotta do. But this one, I was kind of like actually like jigging it,
Hmm.
and then all of a sudden, boom! Like maybe, I don't know, 10 yards away, so not too far.
Mm.
And I thought I hooked the carp because I kind
Yeah.
of got it on the up, and then I was fishing with Brandon, listener, a big fan, Brandon. So shout out to you if you're listening. And his father-in-law, he's married to a Asian girl. So Brandon's a white dude here. Okay. I I'll stop dancing around like, oh, he's just trying to be whatever. Well, okay, Brandon's a white dude. He's married to an Asian girl. He fishes with his father-in-law all the time. This old Asian guy. He calls him Pao. He looked like he'd be my grandpa or something. But anyways, Pao, he's all like, oh, oh, maybe it's a big flathead. I'm just like, flathead.
Whatever.
Then like a couple minutes later, they're like, oh, dude, it's a freaking flathead. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I saw it. I was like, man, that is pretty cool to kind of catch a flathead that way. So normally that, I mean, I'm assuming that's not normal to catch it that way, or I don't know. Or
Not with the spoon. I know
okay,
they'll hit like swim baits and stuff.
gotcha. Thank you for joining us at Beerfish Fanatics. And this episode is actually brought to you by Whisker Seeker Tackle.
So make sure you guys go to whiskerseeker.com for all your catfishing gear.
Enjoy the episode, guys.
But yeah, so far this year I hit two of my biggest catfish ever. The one blue cat and then the flathead. So that's pretty cool.
So hopefully we can beat that in the upcoming trip. So we have an upcoming trip that my wife has allowed me to go, and I've been talking with Kit like this about this trip that I want to go down with him to go chase after these blue cats. So I'm hoping to catch one. I honestly I really don't care how big it is. I just want to catch one to say I caught a blue cat. I haven't caught one ever, so that'd be nice. Obviously, potential where we're going to be going here in a couple of weeks. There's high potential of double digit, blue cat. And
Oh, double digit is easy. Like 10
see,
pounder
don't
easy.
don't do that, man. You're gonna jinx me if I say it is easy. I hope.
Dude,
I hope.
a 10-pound blue cat is small.
Okay.
That's a small
All
blue
right.
cat.
I hope I get that one first just to kind of get it out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Like just to get that out of the way. But I mean, yeah, I'm super excited. Getting my gear, riled up and ready for this trip upcoming. I actually asked Fishing Kit, like, what do I need? What does he recommend in regards to gear and stuff? You want to tell everybody? I mean, you kind of told me, what do you recommend if somebody's going to go after these blue cats that we're going to be going after in a couple weeks here? What kind of equipment do you suggest? Make sure you have this in your repertoire so that way you don't, number one, lose the fish or miss the fish of a lifetime type of thing, or just have the wrong equipment type setup. Well, I mean, off a kayak, because we're fishing off kayaks, by the way.
Mhm. I mean, I don't have a whole ton of experience of targeting big catfish, or yeah, big blue cats or whatever.
Mhm.
But me going in, I am running 65-pound braid. So just make sure you have a rod and reel setup that can match that. You don't want to put 65-pound braid on a medium catfish or not, excuse me, a medium bass fishing rod.
Mm.
Tailor your gear towards the fish that you're gonna catch. So yeah, I'm running a 7'6" medium heavy Whisker Seeker rod. The reel, whatever reel you want to use. I got a Shimano Corvallis. It's like a round bait caster.
Mhm.
I'm a big fan of bait casters. I know some people hate them because they don't know how to use them, and I think that is a garbage reason to not like them. But I don't know how to use it, so I hate them. But anyway, that's a that's like a rabbit hole discussion. Anyways, so my leader, now I've upgraded my leader to 60-pound mono. So I used to have 50-pound mono, and I lost an even bigger blue cat because I'm dumb and I grabbed the leader because I'm used to catching 10, yeah, fishing that 10, 15-pound range all day. At this, like, you catch those all day. Grab the leader, no big deal. But then you hook into a 30, 40-pounder, you grab that line, and especially if you've been fishing for like 2 days straight. This is what my buddy Chris told me. Like, dude, you need to freshen up your leaders. Like, even though it's 50 pounds, 60 pound, whatever, when you're fishing hard for 2 days catching fish, you gotta think about the like the wear and tear on that leader because they got their, their teeth. I mean, they're not super sharp, but they're like it's like sandpaper. And
Mm-hmm.
then catfish got those hard spines on the sides. They're kind of jagged. So
Mm-hmm.
that's when you're finding fish, they're rubbing up against your leader, basically wearing it down. You want to freshen up your leaders. And I just retied a whole bunch of leaders with 60-pound braid. So I got fresh leaders, and then I've upgraded the pound test from 50 to 60. And then you want obviously hooks that can hook a big catfish. You're not gonna go out with I mean, I guess you could. I'm not saying you can't catch big fish on tiny hooks, but like I was saying earlier, you want to tailor your gear towards the fish you're trying to target. If you're outgunned because your gear isn't up to snuff, you got nobody to blame but yourself.
So I think you were telling me to get some 8/0 hooks. You think that's about a good size?
Yeah, I think 8/0 circle hooks is a good in between because you can catch
Okay.
smaller fish with it,
Hmm.
and then you can catch the bigger fish with it. But I'm running 8/0 at a minimum. That's my like my base hook size for all my rigs.
Okay.
And I'm going up to 10,
10.
10/0.
Okay.
So just like the idea of a 10/0 circle hook is like crazy.
Yeah.
And then
That's
and then you look at it, but then once you see the fish down there, like, oh, okay, now it
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Okay.
Now it makes sense.
And shout out to Whisker Seeker, our sponsors and everything, because they're gonna send us a couple of these hooks, some 8/0, 10/0 hooks. We're gonna try out. I'm gonna try those out and see how they do. They're gonna send us some J hooks that I'm gonna have Fishing Kit try out too, and see how we do with those. So huge shout out to them, for giving us the equipment to try out and giving me the opportunity. Hopefully, I can catch. Like I said, I'm excited. This is gonna be my first chance to kind of get my kayak and really put it to the test and my kayaking skills. I'm nervous. I think do I need to get a drift sock or can I have an
It would
anchor?
help.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I was wondering too. I'll probably get like drift socks. So in case the windy, if the wind is picking up there, you want to
If it
go.
gets too windy and you don't have a drift sock,
Mm-hmm,
I'm not a fan of anchoring in
mm-hmm.
one spot,
Okay.
especially in the warmer months because the fish are active and they're
Mm-hmm.
moving. I mean, you could argue that, well, if they're moving around, you just sit in one spot and have them come to you. Well, my argument is you move around and then you'll bump into those fish that are moving around. You'll have a higher
Mm,
chance of hooking up. And
got it.
that's the reason why I like circle hooks. Since you're moving, your kayak's moving one way, then a fish comes and grabs the hook, they're gonna at least, yeah, they're gonna try to move the other way.
Yeah.
And I used to say fish hook themselves with circle hooks, but after using them for a while,
Uh-huh.
it helps. But you won't hook up all the time. But when
Yeah.
you hook up, you know, they're generally not gonna pop off, and they're in a spot where it's easy to remove that hook because
Mm,
we're gonna catch and release a lot of our fish. Because dude,
mm.
we're gonna catch a lot.
Hey, I like to hear that. That's some good confidence, brother. All
I
right.
mean, not
Okay.
like not even being cocky. We're gonna catch a lot of fish,
Good.
but it depends. No, depending if conditions are right, we'll catch a lot of fish
Okay.
because there might be an algae bloom down there, and
Mm,
the shallower end of the lake usually is where all the blue algae builds up, and then we don't want to fish there if the blue algae is bad,
mm-hmm.
and then we'll have to fish deeper, like further south, and then that's where anchoring will come into play because there's like a lot more channels, like deep ridges and stuff on
Mm-hmm.
the like bottom. Actually, the bottom 3/4 of the lake will be more suspend fishing, I think,
Okay.
if we do end up on the southern part of the lake. We'll basically be sitting up in high chance areas like I was saying in channels, creek mouths, in 40, 50 feet of water,
Mm-hmm.
waiting for the fish to come through. So we're gonna set up in high odd areas waiting for the fish,
Mm,
opposed to like if we're fishing the north end, it's big and flat. The fish aren't gonna be congregated in these channels because there isn't really any channels.
yeah.
So that's why I like drifting or trolling in those big open areas because fish are gonna be scattered all over the place. And yeah, if you can move around, you have a bigger chance of putting your bait in front of a fish, opposed to the deeper parts of the lake where you'll be in the areas that the fish are moving through, like the channels, creek mouths. It's a total different ball game.
Okay.
Like with the drifting, it's a numbers game.
Mm.
With the suspending, anchoring and suspending, it's gonna be a sit and wait, but usually when you get hooked up, it's gonna be a bigger
Big one.
fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might have to do both. I don't know. Try it out. We'll see. Like you say, we'll depending on the conditions, see what we're gonna actually have to do. So I'll definitely get your sock. Do you recommend me getting any like gloves too? Because I'm a girly man when it comes to grabbing a catfish by the mouth. Because like to me, it's like
Well,
ow.
if that's the case, I would get grips. You could get
Grips or
grips.
gloves? What grips better? You think?
Well, if you got gloves, you're still gonna put the your hand in their mouth.
Yeah, but you got gloves on. It can't hurt, right? I don't know. I don't know.
They can still like a big fish when it rolls, that could like freaking break your wrist, dude.
Okay, well then get grips, right?
But
To
wearing gloves and grabbing them by the mouth, that's the quickest way to control the fish.
control. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that is the quickest way. I mean, there's some risk involved. I mean, I grab big fish by the mouth, but you also get tore up. I don't wear gloves. And well, another reason why you want to wear gloves is if you get cut up, that could lead to infections, which
mm,
happens to people.
so
It's
so you can. So I might get some gloves and get grips. You think that's obviously because I seen the way you catch those bigger ones that with the grips it helps you control the fish better.
yeah,
Obviously.
yeah, like opposed to just trying to control them and using grips, that's a pretty good way. It keeps you safe, keeps the fish safe,
Okay.
and you just but the thing is getting the grips in their mouth. That's the
Yeah.
hard part.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, okay, because I seen you guys make it seem like so damn easy. You guys just like
Oh,
grip it so easily.
yeah, once you get it in their mouth,
Uh,
then you got control of the fish.
okay.
That's why a lot of people just grab the fish by the mouth because you're not fiddling with grips. You just go in there,
Mhm.
grab them, but then you're at the mercy of the fish too.
Yeah,
But
but
there's
when you
there's certain ways you could grab them where they'll thrash around, but you can kind of just
okay.
play with them.
All
But
right, so it's gonna
I
be
would just use grips.
all right, use grips or okay. It might be chaos. You guys hopefully this is the case. I hope they see this video if I catch something big because that means I just, you know, got something amazing and it's chaos. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. So we'll see how that goes. Um I'll be
Well,
getting
but Bo never caught a catfish out of the kayak. Never caught a blue cat before. He went down. He caught two, maybe 20 pounders when we were there. So
wow. Nice. Okay. And he's going down with us too. So hopefully you guys bring that luck, you and him. We have a couple of buddies that we're gonna go down there. We might have some other special guests, hopefully, because I think Fishing Kit and myself are planning to record an episode. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We'll probably record. I was kind of thinking, I don't know. It's up to Kid if he wants to do this too, but I was kind of really thinking if we can record maybe 15-minute segments and then just add them all into one. So we kind of give you guys a recap of how one day went, how another day went, and then we just kind of add it into one episode. So I don't know. I was kind of thinking of that to kind of make it a little bit easier on us so we don't have to sit there and babble for however long. But it depends on who we have too. If we have who possibly could go down with us, we can possibly do a quick episode with everybody. That'd be kind of cool too.
yeah, yeah. Then you can always watch my video of the trip on my YouTube channel. There's
Yep.
always that.
Definitely do that. And then, okay, so just kind of give everybody a heads up. We have some things that we kind of have planned coming up here. Stay tuned to Beerfish Fanatics. I was just talking to Fishing Kit here. We don't know the exact date yet, but I think we definitely want to set something up where we're gonna do a Beerfish Fanatics, where we're gonna do a late cleanup of some sorts towards the end of the year. We don't know the exact dates. We were thinking August, but then that's a little bit too soon because we got so many things coming up and trips. So maybe later in the fall. So just stay tuned on that. We'll let you guys know so you guys can come out and meet us. We'll do it at a local lake here somewhere in Iowa. We'll let you guys know. We're thinking maybe September, October. We'll have to wait and see. So it's not so screeching hot too here. Come join us on that. We have a few other trips that we have planned, not just for fishing, but I think we're thinking of doing ice fishing, a trade show. Possibly we're gonna try to see if we can do an episode there. And then I think another one we're hoping to possibly do is at a beer festival. So we're gonna get involved more with the local breweries and just local businesses, things like that. So make sure you guys stay tuned on that. But yeah, we're fishing kit and myself. We're gonna be taking a trip a couple weeks here. We'll let you guys know how we do. You got anything else, man, for anybody that, like I said, that's going for a big fish? I think the tips that you gave has been good. I still have to get all my gear lined up for this trip. Super excited. It's my birthday weekend. My wife's actually letting me go. She's gonna take care of all the kids. She's gonna tough it out. So I get to get a trip to be by myself. She said just don't be an idiot, and that probably will happen. I'm not gonna lie. She doesn't listen to this, but she's just like, just don't be an idiot. And we'll see, but I'm excited, man. So thanks, man. Thanks to Fishing Kit here. He's gonna take me, hopefully, and he just said you're gonna catch some fish. Hopefully, we catch a lot of fish. I'm excited for that. You got anything else, guy?
Yeah. So if you're targeting big fish, make sure you're not outgunned as far as the equipment's concerned. And we forgot to talk about bait.
Oh, okay. We can do that before we got a couple of minutes left.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
what
yeah.
what, bait do you recommend that? Well, I guess what we're gonna be targeting. What would you say that we should? How do we prep for this bait wise?
Um, Ideally, what I want to do is catch some white bass and take it down there. Like
Okay.
the day before we head down. Like, okay, we're gonna head down on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go out Wednesday afternoon, catch some white bass, stick it in the fridge, not freeze it, because once you freeze fish, it kind of deteriorates the quality of the bait.
Okay.
Because I believe, and a lot of people believe, look at all the big YouTubers, fresh bait is the best bait, whether that's live or fresh cut bait. I guess in a pinch we go buy chicken breast. I think as far as getting fresh bait, it's gonna be reasonably easy because it's gonna be mid to late summer. The fish are gonna be active, and down in Kansas, whatever fish you catch and can legally harvest, you can use as bait. And white bass, it's a
Mhm.
tough, it's a tougher piece of meat compared to shad. Shad crumbles easy. Fresh shad is fine, especially the big fresh shad. The meats holds together better. It doesn't get tore up or like ripped off when a small fish bites it. See, the thing is, you have a big, like tough piece of bait, like piece of white bass. When a small fish comes and bites it, it isn't gonna like mush it up and pull it off the hook. Opposed to if you have, kind of soggy frozen stuff,
Mhm.
they're gonna come and bite it. It could be like a piece of bait this big, but if it's super soft, pulls off the hook easy, they're gonna take that whole thing. So
Makes
fresh
sense.
bait is the best bait. Ideally, I'll want to catch bait before we head down there and keep it cold, not frozen. Because, like I said, once you thaw out anything frozen, it gets kind of, you know, soggy. Some baits are better than others, like carp. You catch a carp, freeze it for a day, thaw it out. It actually holds up pretty good.
Mm.
But shad, I don't think it'd be worth like trying to freeze shad like the week before and taking it
Okay.
down there. But like if we go catch white bass, crappie, either the day before we go down there, and the reason why I say the day before we go down there is we don't have to waste time catching bait while we're there. We
Mm.
just focus on catching the catfish.
How many
But
days in advance you think would be okay to catch? Let's just say 2, 3 days, and then put it in the
yeah,
fridge, and then just put
if
it in the fridge. Okay.
yeah, like if you go out and catch crappie like 2 or 3 days before heading out.
Okay. Because I want to know, because in case you can't go the day before, you know what I'm saying? If you can go
Yeah,
like 2 or 3 days and you go catch the bait fish and then just put it in the fridge, like you said, just don't freeze it, and then take it down there for
yeah,
some
catch
fish.
it, put it on ice, and
Put it
then
on
keep it cold.
put it on ice. Why?
Because when like if you go fishing on a hot day, you throw fish in a bucket, they
Oh,
get a
okay.
little,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was like, could you just keep it alive, I guess, until you leave, I guess? But
I
you know what I
mean,
mean? Yeah,
ideally that'd be the best. If you
would
keep
be.
them alive
Hmm.
and then throw them on ice right before you head out,
Gotcha.
that'd be the best way.
Okay.
But
Keep. Yeah.
can you keep some white bass alive for 3 days before you head out on a
Probably
trip?
not. Not even close. I don't know how you. I mean, nah. I was just wondering. Okay,
Uh,
so because I don't know if I can go the day before. I might be able to go like 2 days before or something. So, just get give everybody a heads up. That's the good way to catch the good bait. And I think you're mentioning down that they have a good population of white bass. That's kind of why we're using white bass as bait for the fish, right?
Yeah, if we could get big shad while we're there, that'd be pretty good too. But
Okay.
you're gonna have an easier time casting spoons for white bass while we're there than
Mm.
trying to find big shad. Like I'm talking about like 10, 11-inch shad. And
Those are huge. Oh yeah. Okay.
well, dude, like the bigger the shad, the better, dude. Big
Yeah,
bait, big
but
fish. They hold up so much better. Like, dude, I know people out there stink bait chicken, whatever, hot dogs, chicken Kool-Aid, chicken Jello. Nah, that's get out of here with that stuff. Ain't saying they don't catch, ain't saying they don't catch fish, but fresh is the best. Fresh cut bait is the best. That's
right.
what they're eating, and it just stays on the hook better. Like white bass, dude, they're an awesome bait. And then if you cut a white bass in half,
Mhm.
bleeds everywhere. That's perfect.
Perfect. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. We're gonna be using hopefully some fresh white bass or just white bass in general as our cut bait. If we catch any huge shad or anything else, carp, anything,
Anything, crappie,
crappie.
drum, whatever. It's all bait.
There we go. We're gonna be doing. I'll probably be going like a couple days before, see if we can catch some bait. More bait, the better. We have like I said, we have plenty of us going down there. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm super excited. Can't wait to get down there. Something new for myself. So, to challenge myself, I think it's gonna be really challenging me be on a kayak and if I can catch something like my PB, catfish. So I'm
It
excited.
I guarantee it. I'll buy you a like a 12 pack if you don't catch your peep.
Okay. There we go. Everybody heard that. But most likely, if I catch my how's this? I catch a PB blue. Well, obviously that would be like anything, any blue. But if I catch double digits, that's my goal. I told you that my goal off the kayak was to catch a double digit, catfish. So catch double digit catfish. I'll buy you a 12 pack. How's that sound, man?
Oh, deal. Easy.
All right. He said easy. So, well, other than
Wait,
that,
wait, 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 wait.
oh, what you got?
I can put you on the fish, but you gotta land it
Oh
yourself.
my god, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, true. Well, you got to be on it. Okay, if I'm reeling it in, that's about where it's on me from that point, right?
Yeah.
At
It's
that
on
point,
you from that point.
once you get bites, it's on me at that point
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I can't expect you to land it. I can't expect you to reel it. You can get me
Yeah.
to the bites, so that's the thing. I gotta get some bites. So, but yeah, no, man, excited. So everybody heard that. Hopefully, I'm buying him a 12 pack of whatever he wants to drink. So that's
Yeah.
gonna
Either
be
way you win, man. Either
either
way
way we
you
win.
win.
We'll share together. We'll celebrate together in a way.
Yeah.
So super excited on that, man. Other than that, man, I like I said, I'm super excited. Make sure everybody follow us. We're gonna be doing this trip in a couple weeks. We got a lot of things coming up on the podcast. We got some other guests coming up. We have some other, people that we have in mind that we're gonna try and get. I'm gonna try and get on. But I don't know, man. I kind of like this when it's just me and you, just kind of recapping things, just talking about stuff too. So it's kind of fun to in a way catch up. So it's kind of cool on that. And I think next couple episodes, hopefully we can record and we'll be more in person more, hopefully. I mean, depending on way COVID and stuff is and where the guests are and everything. So we'll try to do that more. If you guys have any other guests or any other topics you guys want us to talk about, let us know. But yeah, we're gonna be on the catfish, the blue catfish prow here in a couple weeks. So
Actually, I think by the time this releases, we're gonna be on that trip.
perfect. That's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome. So awesome to know. So then by the time this releases, we most likely will be hopefully in the deep stuff.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow Fishing Kid on Instagram, Facebook. Follow me, My Pop Fishing on Instagram, Facebook, and you'll see where we're at. We tend to post pictures a little bit ahead of time, just kind of letting everybody know where we're at, what we're doing. We don't show the good stuff yet, but I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we'll tease a little bit.
we'll
We'll
tease a little
tease
bit.
a
So
little bit.
we'll let you guys know, man. Other than that, you got anything else, guy?
Just check out all our stuff. I'm starting to pump up 2 videos a week on my YouTube channel. It seems to be paying off. I mean, I'm getting more views and some traction here and there, but
There we
yeah,
go.
just watch the videos, comment, share, whatever.
Yep. Make sure to follow Fishing Kid on his YouTube channel, and I'll post a couple more videos on beer and stuff tasting. I have a couple lined up here. I just gotta have a little more time to edit and everything. 4th of July kind of took a wind out of me. I was pretty busy on that weekend, so but we'll get some more beer tasting on some different beers coming up here for everybody on this channel and everything. So if you're on the YouTube, stay here. If you're just listening to us, keep doing that. Keep listening to us. Let us know. Follow us on the other social media and just let us know what we can do to entertain you guys somehow. But other than that, guys, till next time.
Yep. See you guys later.